Mark, let's start. Okay, everyone, please orient to your seats. Please orient to your seats. Everyone, please find your way to your seats. We're going to start in the next couple of minutes. I'll tell you guys when we're going to start. Okay, everyone, find your way to your seats. Find your way to your seats. Dallas, find your way to your seats, brother. Okay, last call. Find your seats, please, everyone. Please find your seats. Okay, everyone find your seats. Find your seats. Mark, after this, we can turn it down a little. Okay, everyone find your seats. Find your seats. We're about to get started. Okay, let's see everyone sit up straight. See everyone lock in. Please, everyone, find your seats. And something I'll say, at the end of my presentation, it was rather distracting as people were kind of walking around in the back. And so I would say as people are presenting today, just be conscientious of the people presenting. And so I would love to not see as much movement back here, corporate team. I'm not saying don't move, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I don't want to see senior sales leaders or other people walking around and chatting. I want to see everyone locked in because that's just distracting. Not a big deal at all. I'm just saying it's distracting as a speaker. Okay. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear the rest of the content. This is all intentional, and it's all towards the launch week objectives. So we're about to hear from our RevOps team, from Hammy and Chase and Sam Harmer. Let's give it up for those guys. I want to give a little bit of context really quick, though, about their presentation. In being business and sales guys and talking about language and dynamics, let me give you another language and dynamic that is super important. Every football team in the NFL has a football operations team. And the ones that have really good ones, it gives them the ability to recruit players. Does anybody know who Mike Evans is? Okay, who did he just sign to play for? Okay, one of the people that recruited him was George Kittle. And it's because the 49ers run an elite organization. What they do that's different is they provide meals for all their players. They provide physical therapy and different body resources for all their players. They provide chefs and resources at the facility. And so George Kittle is talking about this with Mike Evans, and he's like, it's just better. They're handling things, they're giving us the ability to play more, they're giving us the ability to focus on the right things, and we play amazing football. And we punch people in the mouth. And it's like, okay, that stuff really, really matters. So guys, the reason we have a RevOps team, and the reason we believe that we are business guys and not sales guys, is because we've been doing this for years. It was 7, 8 years ago when it was like people only serviced 80% of their jobs. And like 90% was like this thing that never happened. But we asked ourselves the question, what's easier, service 10% more of your accounts or have 10% less cancel? Well, one you have control over. And so, okay, how can you use a RevOps team and how can you use RevOps to help every single thing you're doing just be worth more? And so, the way that we should be talking about RevOps as we evolve and ramp as a company, how beneficial is it, and they're going to go through this with you guys today, and I know it's world class, to understand that this company, all of your work just goes 10 to 20% further without you doing anything. What other company does that happen? It doesn't. So when you're in a recruiting meeting, and you can say, hey, we have a team at our company that helps us produce 10% more without doing anything extra, is that a massive win? Okay, what's an extra 10% of revenue on 400K? That's 40K. That's a car. Okay, what is that on 100K? That's tuition for a rookie rep. Do all these things matter, guys? Yes. And so, the thing that I want to deeply, deeply double down on is we're business guys at this company. And this team massively, massively supports us in sales and helps us produce way, way, way more. Today, I promise the same principle of learning and being humble and evaluating. It's like, how can I get the most out of this? You will. Will you guys all make more money if you service more accounts? Okay. Will you guys all make more money if you sell higher contracts? Okay. Will you guys all make more money if we aren't selling dead revenue and we're replacing all of that dead revenue with good revenue? Okay. So on that note, we're going to learn how to RevMax. Let's give it up for the RevOps team.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, how was Ben's presentation? Who thought that was totally life-changing? Changes how you do something. Let's go. Okay, by show of hands, who is a rookie or is new to the grid this year? Okay. All Also, by show of hands, who has no idea who I am, who this guy is, or who this guy is? Okay. Also, by show of hands, who's knocking on Monday? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love that. I love that. Guys, we are the revenue operations team. We're here to tell you or talk about how we're going to RevMax, aka make you guys more money this summer. Thank you, Guard. We're going to talk about some numbers, some equations, some strategies, some things that we do to RevMax. That stuff's important. That's important for us, not as important for you to remember. If there's two things that I want you guys to remember from this presentation, it's one, that the revenue operations team, and I guess the whole corporate team, we are your teammates. We have the same goals as you. We're trying to impact and get the most for the most. We are your teammates. Do not forget that. And number two, the revenue operations team makes you money. Every interaction that you have with me, Sam, Chase, the rest of our team, we're just trying to make you money. We're just trying to make you money, and we're really good at it. I guess I need the clip. Okay, so first of all, I want to go through, I should do intros. My name is Jake Hamilton. Everybody calls me Hammy. So if you hear Hammy, if you see me on Slack, Hammy Hamilton, that's who I am. This is Sam Harmer. Give it up for Sam. This is Chase Knighton. Who loves the medics? Let's go. Chase leads the medics. Sam is over pipeline performance, aka account quality. How many of you got a call from Sam last summer? Let's go. Let's go. He's making you more money. So I want to start with why. I want to explain why the revenue operations team exists. A little background on me. I did 3 years of door-to-door with the Grit. My first summer, I was with McKay Roberts in New Jersey. McKay sold us out 1,000 that summer. I was sick. Summer number 2, I was out in Chicago with Ben. Summer number 3, I was in Minneapolis with Parker. And then 4th summer, I tried to quit after my 3rd summer. Ben recruited me, got me to come back. He's probably done that with some of you guys. So I went out. I was going to run a team in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania with selling for Aptiv. This was my experience. I ended up quitting after about 2.5 weeks. I'm going to go through what my experience was like in those 2.5 weeks. First, I didn't know the packages that we were supposed to sell until I got out there. Number 2, we were using a new software, so I didn't know how to schedule. My first sale that I got took me like 2 to 3 hours to schedule it. It was horrible. Number 3, it took me a million years to cut area every night. Raise your hand if that's been you guys. Next, I was sucking at selling. I was horrible. Couldn't figure it out. My rookies were sucking at selling. I didn't know how to help them sell. I didn't have the content that Ben just went over. The branch manager was on my ass every day about texting her because my team couldn't sell. I had no idea how to manage the routes if we even did sell. Trying to figure out soliciting permits. Remember, I'd drive an hour to this township, get everybody licensed, only to find out the township has like 2 hoods that we can knock, and I just got the whole team licensed. Made no sense. Had no idea which reps were in which hotel rooms. Had reps showing up with pets that I didn't know about. I didn't have enough polos for the reps. I was doing online school at the same time. Bottom line, I hated my life. Raise your hand if this has been any of you guys as reps or managers. That sucks. That sucks. It's not fun. No wonder I wanted to quit, right? The revenue operations team exists because we don't want this to be your reality, right? We're trying to let managers focus on managing, training, and selling, and reps just focus on selling. If we can take all this burden from you guys, do you think you're going to sell more? Is that going to go better? Yes. So what did I do? Probably the same thing everybody does when they're sucking and they don't know what to do. April 26, 2022, I called Ben. Said, Ben, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, so by definition, what is the revenue operations team? What do? Revenue operations aligns processes, systems, data, and insights across the entire customer life cycle to maximize revenue. When we maximize revenue, that makes you money. Always remember, revenue operations is what we do. We maximize revenue, we make you money. So who is the revenue operations team? That's me. I'm the VP of RevOps. I work with Axiom, Romex, all the operating partners to make sure that everything goes well. Sam over pipeline performance. Chase, he leads the medics. You guys know what the medics do? Who's heard of the medics? Hopefully everybody. I'm going to pass the time over to Chase to go through a little bit more of who's on the team.
Guys, wow, that's loud. Yes, I'm just putting myself in these guys' presentation, kind of. Guys, this RevOps team, right? Dude, this is like your biggest asset when it comes to being a player in the league, right? Like Ben talked about, it's like, dude, this is your medical staff, actually. Like, this is your training staff, actually. So I got a couple questions, because in regards to this, who is actually the RevOps team? And the group that the groups that this group is going to interact with the most are the medics and the pipeline performance department, right? So, by show of hands, if you worked here last year, it doesn't have to be that you are the one that said it. If you've ever heard someone in your office reference that, like, medics just don't know what it's like out here, raise your hand. If you ever had anyone on your team say something like that, dude, the medics, they just don't get it. They're sitting in a cubicle, they don't understand it. Raise your hand high. If someone on your team referenced something like that, okay? Raise your hand if you've sold 5 in a day before. Okay, raise your hand if you've sold 10 in a day before. Okay, now I want the opposite group. Raise your hand if you've never sold 10 in a day before. Raise them high, raise them high. Okay, guys, especially the medic team and the performance pipeline department, like, who are they really? Guys, where am I going with this? No.
Okay, Jake. Come on, Jake!
Who's at the top right there? Shit! We've got Jake Hamilton at the top of the board. We've got my rookie in Philly, Chase Knighton, with a little 10 spot. We've got my guy again, my rookie, Chase Knighton, selling 8K. And we've got Evan Big Crack Kralik dropping $8,300 in one day. Who else? Is it gonna load? We got Sam Harmer with 500K. And we've got our guy Lau selling 11 in a day. Is that it? And we've got our guy Tony dropping a little 4 spot. Guys, the point of me yanking the mic from these guys, they get it. They totally and completely get it. They lived it. They've ran teams. They've been in the trenches. They've gotten their asses kicked day after day after day, just like everyone in this room. Guys, they totally get it. And one of the biggest things that we have in our favor is that this is a company built by reps, for reps. Make some noise for that. By reps and for reps. Guys, these guys can be your biggest asset. And, like, think about these pros in the NFL, in the NBA, that understand their resources when it comes to the team. When it comes to the team, guys, you can get so much more out of it. When I was running a team in Philly, the last year I ran one, that was the first time when Hammy quit, thank the gods in the sky, that was the first time that it was the first iteration of the dynamic between a manager and a medic. We worked together every day, him and I. And it would have literally been impossible, guys. And so, with that being said, guys, these guys are here to help us get to where we want to get, and that is it. So make some damn noise for these guys. Let's hear it.
Comms? All right. Hey, like Drew said, well, first off, let me say this. Do you guys think we put all these up here so that we could flex on you guys? 100%. Let's go. 100%. No, but for real, the reason why we've got these numbers behind us is because, like Drew said, this company is built for reps by reps. Our team completely understands the job that you guys are doing. I know exactly what it's like to bagel in a hood and have to go back to the same hood the next day. I know the emotions of that. I totally get it. I know what it's like to pop off and then get bodied the next day. We totally understand you guys. We totally understand the job that we are doing. So, what does this mean for you and your reps? It's that RevOps makes you more money, like Hammy said. Come on. That's pretty nice, right? You guys want more money or less money? More money.
All right, guys, just to show you we mean business, I have $5,000 cash. Who likes money? Come on. That was not even close to loud enough. Who likes money? Come on! All right. So to show you we mean it, we're going to ask for some participation during and mostly at the end. Okay. If your comment is good, you might get a couple $100. Maybe the best one gets $1,000. Does that sound fair? All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about rev maxing, maximizing your revenue this year.
Cool. Clicker. All right, guys. So we've talked about how we're going to make you guys money. Talk is cheap. What is it? Is data, okay? One thing I feel strongly about is the math because we are business guys and we are not sales guys, okay? Is everyone aligned with that? Yeah! Cool. The 3 ways we're going to do this. Number 1, we're going to have better core customer selection. So we just heard Ben give a master class on what our core customers look like. So now we understand them way better and we're going to choose the right ones. Yeah. 2, we're going to service more of our deals. I know what it feels like to not get your shit serviced. It sucks. There's no worse feeling than looking at your pest routes and seeing the red X. Who likes that? Ooh, no one likes it. Cool. And then this last one, I'm going to talk about this later. This might not make 100% sense right now, but I promise it will. Our accounts are going to perform better than they ever have. We're going to make more money per account than we ever have. So these are the 3 that we're going to go over today. Cool. What does better customer selection look like? Okay, in the past, you might be able to earn some cash here if you have a good answer. How have we improved customer selection? Let's go right here. Just say it loud and I'll repeat it. Welcome calls. Totally. One more. Better neighborhoods. Great example. Okay. I'm going to give 2 previous ones.
I got to give him some money for being the first comment. Come on.
There we go. Come on. Okay. GPS a couple years ago, we were in the Delta Center. What did they come out and they say? They said ROR revenue is not going to count on the leaderboard anymore. Raise your hand if you were in the Delta Center when that happened. Okay, I was there. I was a rep. What did I think? Oh, shit. That's less dollars on the leaderboard for me. I was stunned. How are we not counting that? I'm selling it. Cool. What did that do for us in the long term? It aligned rep incentive with company incentive. Who thinks about that at all today? None of us. Because we have way better attrition and we make way more money. 2, area allocation done by the medics. When we instituted medics, attrition went up 7%. Why is that? We knocked better areas. Great answer. Cool. There's one more that we're doing this year. Dead revenue. Raise your hand if you've heard this alluded to in the last couple weeks. Okay, great. What is dead revenue? Revenue from customers that have received an initial service but have not paid the initial treatment invoice. Guys, if somebody never pays us, does that sound like a customer? No. No, that's not a customer. Do you think you're ever going to get paid commission on that account? No. So should you expect to get paid commission on that account? No. Cool. What does the data say about dead revenue? Cool. Our company-wide attrition last year was 19.3%. That's great. Round of applause. Cool. So if you take this dead revenue out of our attrition, so if you take customers who never paid us once, our attrition magically drops from 19.3% to 16.7%. Which one sounds better? 16.7. Cool. Now let's talk about this. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but a lot of you have gotten back-end reports and you've hated it. You felt sick to your stomach. That sucks. There's no worse feeling. I've felt that. My closest friends have felt that. That's nothing that I want anyone to experience at all. What you would be surprised to know is most reps who have more than 30% attrition, or what some people would consider bad attrition, their customers necessarily aren't calling and canceling. It's not that the people are lying or don't want the service or anything like that. It's actually just that they can't pay us. So a lot of times this is being sold and nobody realizes it, and we let you guys down by not letting you know that that's the type of account that's being sold. Is that clear? Everyone on board here? Cool. So what are we doing different? This is going to be kind of bright. But what we've done for Spring Block that you'd be interested to know is we've gone through and we blocked all the area where historically we have below average retention. If something has bad retention or a neighborhood is not profitable to knock in it, would we want to knock in it? Yeah. No, we wouldn't. Cool.
You can't really see it right here, but there's a bunch of these gray areas that are blocked off. I don't know if you guys can see that. But if you can't, just imagine it.
There's a really big one here. So one, when these type of accounts are sold, one, you're going to have visibility to it on NZ, because if you sold it, there's a couple reasons that it could decline. It might not be that they can't afford it. Maybe the credit card info is wrong. Maybe that'll hold on their card. So we're going to make sure if this account is sold, you have the maximum ability to capitalize on the account, but until it's paid, it's not going to count as revenue. Cool. Now I'm going to show you the math. Are you guys business guys or are you sales guys? Okay, let's do some math. Okay, if 2.6% of our attrition is dead revenue, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context on how this is already happening. So guess what? We're already making you money. Raise your hand if you knocked on Spring Block. Okay, Chase, give this guy $200 right here. Keep him up. I like this guy's glasses in the black. Give this guy $200 too. Okay, congratulations, we already made you money, because this is what happened. Compared to Spring Block last year, after prospecting all the areas, we sold half as much dead revenue. So of the deals that you guys are selling, these type of accounts, we've already cut them in half. So we're putting that production into a better bucket. Okay, that's just Spring Block. So let's think about this. If we stay at that same pace, and to be honest, we kind of suck at it right now because we're new to it, but theoretically, if we stay at that same pace throughout all the summer, our attrition is going to go from 19.3 to 17.8. That's $1.3 million of paid commission to reps. Well, guess what, guys? We're not counting it at all, so it's going to be way fucking better than that, I promise. So what does this mean, actually? We said we make you money. For every 100K you sell, you're going to make $2,850 more. Let's go. Come on. More money in the pocket.
Thanks, Sam. Okay, so the second way that RevOps is going to help you guys make more money this summer is by having our best service to sales percentage ever. For those of you that might not know what service to sales percentage is, super easy. The number of sales that are serviced divided by the number that are sold. Industry average is probably somewhere between 75, 80% if they're pretty good. If we did that, then that would suck. We'd be really bad. So really the only ways to increase your service to sales percentage is these, and I'm going to walk through each of these and how we're doing them this year. First is just to be staffed correctly, meaning have the correct number of technicians available for the team to schedule on. Number two, sell the correct package to the correct customer. We're going to talk about that a little bit more as well. Sell accounts the right way. Sam and John later are going to talk on that a lot, and then maximize the spots to just get more. So first, staffing correctly. Ben talked about the importance of language and having the right dynamics, especially in business. Something that we've done in the past in working with our operating partners, I'll use an example, we'll say Axiom, for example. Say that we have a team going out to Portland, team of 50 guys, and they say, cool, I think we'll need a total of 15 techs this summer in order to support you guys, but great, we need you guys to bring 8. We say, cool, we'll try. This is what we've done in the past. We'll try to bring 8. But what happens? Are we a technician staffing company or are we a sales company? We're a sales company. So summer starts and Axiom is like, okay, we're ready to go. We have some of our techs. Where are your guys 8? And we say, hey, we can only get 3 or 4. Sorry. That immediately puts us in a world of hurt. Already way behind the 8 ball. Horrible expectations. We're not a technician staffing company. We're a sales company. So this year, the expectation that we have set, right, with all the operating partners, and we already saw the difference in spring block, is that, hey, Axiom, cool, we got a team. We're coming with 50 guys, for example. 15 techs, if that's the number, whatever it is, great. Our expectation for you, since you're the servicing company, you guys staff all the technicians. You guys staff all of them. That is your job. That is within your wheelhouse. And we're going to provide the reps, and we're going to provide the revenue. And that's the correct dynamic. And then if we have any techs to bring to help supplement, make sure we have a little bit extra labor, then we'll communicate that to you. That immediately, it might not seem like a massive deal, but that is a massive deal in the relationship and the dynamic that we have with these companies. And that is the expectation that all of our operating partners have this summer. And then number 2, Sandbox versus World Class. Last year, specifically at Mira, it was our first summer with Mira. We had never tried to do the math or figure out how much we needed to staff to support the sales teams internally, right? Internally. Who sold in Atlanta last year? Did we get behind schedule a little bit with booking? A little bit? 2-3 weeks? Yeah, not good. Not good. Last year was our sandboxing year. We were just figuring it out. This year we're world class at it. We have all of our systems and processes. We have all the data from last year. We have Domo built to support it. That tells us exactly what we need to staff. All of the branch managers at Mira are 20% overstaffed for their markets right now. We're all ready to go. This year, it's just going to be different. It's just going to be different.
All right. I need 2 volunteers. Sam, pick one. I'll pick one over here. 2 right here. Camel backwards out. Yeah. Just stand up. Just stand up where you are. Okay. Oh, he's prepaying. He's prepaying. Okay. Another $100 if you can answer a question correctly. Okay. So here we have 2 homes. These are 2 Mira customers right here. So you're first. You're first. Which home do you think was sold by the business guy? Another 100 right here. Okay, so this one's sold by the business guy. This one's sold by the sales guy. Question for you now. Which ACV makes more sense for this house, these houses right here? Which one's the business guy? Which one's the sales guy? This guy's what? Close. Sales guy. Yeah, based on the home. Based on the home. So this is the business guy right here. So when I point to this right here, I want you guys to say business guy. When I point to this right here, I want you to say sales guy. Ready? Business guy, sales guy, business guy, sales guy. Okay, is that clear? Do we need to get into why? No. Self-explanatory, okay? So as business guys, we need to sell the correct packages to the correct customer, okay? That's step 1. If reps are smart about selling the right thing to the right customer, and RevOps improves customer selection, sold to service percentage will improve. Do you guys believe me? Yes! Which customer do you think canceled behind me? For sure canceled. For sure canceled. Okay. We also need to talk about selling accounts the right way. Do you think selling a clean account will help your chances of getting it serviced? Okay, so we need to be doing the Fab 5, okay? Sign agreement, card on file, welcome call. We need to be setting clear expectations with customers. There's a few different things that we're doing. So we need to maximize the spots that we have to get more. So we run a world-class operation. Year over year, we have a 10% better sold to service than our competitors. Let's give it up for that. There's a few things that we're going to do to make that gap even bigger this year, okay? So first thing, those of you who sold on Spring Block probably, well, you guys did already experience this. We have centralized reschedules by operating partner this year, okay? The more you reschedule a customer, the less likely they are to get serviced. I need a volunteer. What's the best way, whoever can answer this? You pick someone, I'm going to ask a question. Okay, it's got to be right though. Okay, over here? Okay. Answer this question. When is the easiest time or the best time to service a customer? Exactly, as fast as possible. Okay, so reschedule chats this year will be centralized, meaning there's going to be hundreds of reps in your reschedules chat. This is to disincentivize you guys from rescheduling. If you're rescheduling, we're just pushing out the service, they probably won't get done. Does that make sense? Okay, we've got appointment status by percentages, okay? One way that we're going to improve the reschedule percentage is now we're measuring it, okay? Sold to service by booking day. We're going to know what the sold to service is by how many days you book out. And pre-initial cancel notifications. We're working on getting this going with every operating partner. But anytime you guys have an appointment cancel, you guys are going to get a Slack notification. It's going to tell you why. You're going to find out right away. That way we can get things back on the route sooner, and you'll have context as to why your customers are canceling. Do you think that this is going to help our sold to service? Okay, one more hand raise for everyone who sold in Spring Block this year. Who sold in Spring Block that is new to the grid? They sold their first grid account this spring. Yeah, we got to get a couple people some money. We got glasses right here, back there, white shirt right here, right there. Whoever you're pointing to, standing up. And right here, black grid polo, right there. Yep, I'm looking at you. 100. Okay, while Sam's passing out the money. Black polo. Okay. And then Sam, one back there by the ramp. One back there by the ramp. Okay, while Sam's passing out that money, for those of you that were raising your hand, congrats, you guys are here at the perfect time. We have the best operations in the space. Let's give it up. Okay, Spring Block this year, we knocked in the same markets as Spring Block last year. Our sold to service was 9.5% better. So let's talk about what we want to do this summer, okay? We want to make you guys way more money. So, last year, our sold to service company-wide for the whole year was 87%. This year, with all the things that we're doing, if we just get it up to 90%, which that one's easy. If we just get it up to 90%, that's an extra $2.3 million in commissions that will be paid out to you guys. Now, the real mission. We're going for 93%. That's an extra $4.6 million. How many of you want to have a 6.8% increase in commissions paid out just by doing the same thing?
Cool. Thanks, Chase. Just to drive this point home, right? What happens when we do both of these things? What happens when we have our best service to sell percentage ever, and then we retain way more of our base by drastically improving dead revenue performance? How much more money does that make you guys? A ton, thank you, yes. Commissions paid out go from 68, from last year we've gone out from 68 to 74, that's a 9.8% increase. So our commitment to you, right, as a revenue operations team, is that as long as you do your part by selling accounts the right way, Great reps can earn on average 8% more just by choosing to sell here. That's a massive deal. That's a massive deal.
Okay. I have a $300 question. And this is going to require you to be really, really honest, okay? What is something that you have done personally as a rep that has caused you to have attrition or cancellation? Let's go with, in the white t-shirt here. Telling the customer there's no cancel fee. I want to hear a loud ass boo right now. Come on. Okay. Hey, I respect the honesty, okay? Let's be real here.
But you're never doing that again. You're never doing that again.
Oh, if you do that again, you won't work here, I promise. Cool. Okay, we're going to go through a couple of these things that cause bad attrition. I want everyone to be quiet here and listen because I'm super, super serious about this, and this is really, really important. Cool, we're going to have better account performance than we've ever had. One, do I have any control over the performance of your guys' accounts actually? No. No, who does? Thank you. Whoops. Okay, so there's two ways that we're going to do this. One is database coaching. So you heard people allude to me reaching out to them or calling them, and sometimes this can have a negative connotation. Anytime I reach out to any rep to adjust a selling habit or a selling style, it is a database decision, guys. It is nothing personal. What I'm doing is I'm looking at your account, and the data is telling me that you can sell a better account. That's 100% what it is. It's nothing else. Two, we're going to maximize the revenue on every deal sold. Who likes selling a mosquito account? There we go. You like making money. What does database coaching look like? Okay, I'm going to give some tangible examples from selling. You saw here I sold for 3 years. I sold for a long time. I know what this looks like. Okay, what is a process that could cause a customer to cancel? Let's talk about switchovers. How many of you, when you switch somebody over, you assure them that canceling the other company is easy? That's a really, really common sales practice. Where reps slip up is a lot of times they don't make it easy. They don't help the customer actually cancel. They make the customer think that they've canceled their company when they actually haven't. What happens? They call the call center, they call the entry-level employee, who, by the way, is not making nearly as much as you guys, and they get mad at them. Is that fair at all? No. Okay, so if I call you and I ask you to make an adjustment on how you do switchovers, is that going to make you more money? Yes. Cool. Let's talk about selling the correct package to the correct customer. Where's my guy Christian Alfaro? Is he in here? Yes. Christian, stand up. Okay. I love Christian. He's one of my favorite people to work with in this company. Christian, do you want to knock a low-income neighborhood or a high-income neighborhood? And why is that, Christian? Poor people don't pay their bills. So, guys, we're going to knock all kinds of neighborhoods. I know that Christian is 100% aligned on this because he's seen the data. I've seen the data too. I need you to trust me. We're not going to charge grandmas $2,000. We don't do that. We sell accounts the right way, and if I ask you to make an adjustment, we do it. Okay, last two things. Just setting, yeah.
Can we get the guy $100?
100, John, come on. 300. Let's go. Who's this? Guys, this is a long overdue thank you. Zach Seeger is the GOAT. He's the best to ever do it. What is he also the king of? Adjustments. I cannot explain how easy my job is because the person to do it the best ever sells them the right way and makes great adjustments. Round of applause for Seeger. Let's get loud. Okay, I'm a business guy, I'm not a sales guy. This is a lot of talk. What's the math behind this? Okay. I have a belief to my core that if we adjust our selling processes based off what customers say and what the data says, we can eliminate 3% of our attrition. What does that actually look like for you as a rep? Okay, if you're trying to have 3% better attrition on 200K, What that looks like is setting expectations better with 6 customers. That's it. Is that very many? No, not at all. 300K, 9 customers. 400K, 12 customers. I guarantee you, if you guys look back on previous summers, and shout out my friend here for the honesty, it would have been really easy to probably just sell the customer. Maybe I lose a little bit of contract value, but he has way better expectations and he sticks. So, I challenge you guys this summer to make sure when you're selling customers they have the best expectations, because this is the difference in paying for your tuition, paying for the car. This actually matters, and you'll have way more fun doing the job. Okay, we talk about the ramp a lot. This is the ramp that's important. So this is a visual I want you to think about. We start the summer in April. We're selling one way. If we don't make any adjustments throughout the summer, can I change my result at all? Okay, so what happens? We get to May, we stop selling dead revenue accounts. What is that doing to my attrition trend? It's pushing it down. Okay, I start selling the right package to the right customer. What's that doing to my attrition trend? Pushing it down. Okay, Sam calls me. He's saying customers are confused about why they're switching over and how it works. I'm pushing the attrition trend down. Guys, the only way to have better attrition is to make better adjustments. It's not the operating partner, it's not the technician, it's you and the way that you sell the account. Okay, now let's talk about where the real dollars are made. Again, I'm a math guy. Okay, maximizing revenue. We always ask for the guac. I'm always going to give your team manager awareness if these things are happening. If you're selling below average ACVs. Who's rolled out quarterly? Raise your hand. Who's going to roll out quarterly this year? Hopefully none of you. So what this actually looks like, guys, is each time we go out and sell accounts, we maximize it. And you know why I'm 100% confident that we're going to sell way more revenue than ever? Who's in charge of our sales program? Drew Hansen. Who trusts Drew Hansen? I trust Drew Hansen. Okay, one more math equation. If we can go out and through these adjustments, not only eliminate 4% of our attrition, but also just add $50 in ACV, this is what it looks like. If you're a 150 account rep, you have 7K more on the leaderboard. 250 account rep, 12K more on the leaderboard. Guys, these are adjustments that actually matter. You just have to make them to see it happen.
Cool. So let's go over one last time the rev maxing math equation, putting all of it together. There we go. So 2025, this is based on real data from last year. For every 100K sold based on the service to sales percentage, the retention percentage, dead revenue, all of that, there would be $70,000 retained for every 100 accounts sold, assuming a $1,000 ACV. Making these adjustments that we've talked about for this year, that's what this would turn into. For every 100 accounts sold, you would service 6% more. That's another 6K on the leaderboard. If you can get your ACV up $50 by selling the right package to the right customer, making the adjustments, selling the right way, asking for guac, listening to Drew, listening to Sam, it's another $5,000 to your service revenue. So there you got 11,000 more. If we can improve retention by 4%, which frankly I think it can be way higher than that, right? We're gonna lock down this dead revenue thing. But if we can get 4% higher retention from dead revenue and individual rep adjustments, as Sam is working with you and the team managers, that will bump the retained revenue from every 100 accounts sold from 70,000 to 83,000. That's 15% more in earnings. Like I said, yeah, let's go. Like I said earlier, our commitment to you is that just by showing up here and putting on the grit uniform as a grit rep, you can put in the bank an extra 8% at least. I think we can get it closer to 15% if we do all of the things to the level that we want to. But at least 8%, but I think we'll get closer to 15 to be honest. Okay, let's do a recap. Let's get some cash ready. I want comments, I want takeaways, I want participation, be leaders, show up, teach each other. These are just prompts. You don't have to answer any of these. But what are some takeaways? Let's go here, yeah. You were the first hand I saw. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's do somebody in the back that's waving his arms. Let's do both of you that are waving your arms. First the black shirt, then the white shirt.
I love my medics!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, you.
We're on the same team and they're making database adjustments. That's logical decisions that make us more money.
Thank you. Yes. We are on the same team. We're making database adjustments. So when Sam or the medic reaches out to you, asks you to make an adjustment, our only goal is to help you make money. Is that clear? Everybody? Yes. Yeah.
Hey, when we have better nutrition, we make more money, you make more money, everyone makes more money. This is the greatest company in the world!
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, be a business guy, not a sales guy. Make it make sense for the customer. Thank you. Yes, sales adjustments, yeah. Okay, sell to reasonable customers. Don't sell a $1,700 ACV to somebody that you know is not going to pay. That makes no sense. Just waste time, waste money. Okay, we got $400 left. Sam, you choose some more.
Be good.
Hey,
Easier to explain something when you're with a customer than 2 weeks later when they explain. Never once when somebody asks a question, when I was a sales guy, I knew they didn't understand, but I didn't want to fuck the sale up, so I just rolled with it. If you just tell them straight up, they will not care. If you have to tell them 2 weeks later, they will care, they will cancel.
Chase, are we out of money? Now that's a guy who has enough money right there, 3% attrition. All right, last one, and then we're gonna be done here. Let's go blue shirt. Great, we're one team, we've done the job, we know what it's like. Cool.
Mark, are there any slides left? I can't tell. Okay, so 2026 is the year of rep maxing. Let's go. That's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, was that great vibes or what? Yeah, that was great vibes. Okay, so let me kind of set some broad expectations for the rest of the day. Before I do though, I know for a fact that there isn't one company out there that is adding 8% back. Can you guys imagine if we can add 15? So guys, I want to redouble down on something before I introduce John. And then after John goes, we're going to have a break. And then we're going to do some breakouts. So, two things that I want everyone to realize. Business is a game of 1,000 cuts. And especially pest control. And especially service businesses. And so, what we have been grinding our asses off on the RevOps team is you guys are seeing what is world-class work today. That's been us grinding our ass off for the last 9 months. And so, something I want to be super clear on is everything is a skill-based job. And everything requires you putting in inputs to get better. Some of the insights that Chase and Hammy and Sam have found, the only reason they found those insights is they've been so deep in what I would call the mine, looking around where there's coal, searching for diamonds. And it sucks down there until you find the diamonds. And so guys, the point is in business, this is a game that will compound, and your skill set compounds, and companies compounds. So, for example, have you guys noticed that our tech is starting to have more capabilities? For example, is it going to help you guys to put more customers on the route if you're getting a notification when they cancel, and why? Who gets paranoia normally every year when they see that a customer is canceled that they thought they sold in totally the right way? How nice is it going to be to not have to figure out what that looked like? Guys, and how much are you going to sell just feeling more comfortable in a neighborhood and not stressing about that? That's a little cut. What does it add up to? I don't know. But this is a game of 1,000 cuts, and it's a game of compounding those cuts. And so, as I introduce John, I want to tell you guys a quick story. There's two things I massively admire about John. Well, there's more than two, but there's two I want to talk about right now. Number one, before Seeger was the man of adjustments, John was. And it was so interesting. I would have a conversation with John, and the moment something clicked, he would instantly pivot. There didn't take time for him to ramp up. It didn't take time for him to start figuring it out. The moment that he understood something was better, he was just disciplined and made the adjustment. Guys, so much of making decisions is just making the hard one. If you don't know what decision to make, that means there's options. Make the right decision. And make the right decision to grow, even if it's hard. That's what John does. Second thing, and I want to tell you guys something that massively impacted my sales career. And it's exactly what Zach Franklin was saying. So, I remember I was coming to this company called GreenX, and at the time, John was the VP of sales. And we're in this company training, and there's this 15-minute section where John is up there absolutely dropping bars that if you are honest, you will sell more accounts and make more money. And I'm sitting there thinking, I've never heard anyone talk about it this way. I've never heard anybody talk about, hey, just be direct, be clear, and you will make more money. Yes, they're saying sell clean accounts, solidify your deals. No. John was up there and he's like, if you are super honest and super clear and super direct and say it exactly how it is, more people are going to sign up. And I had this fundamental moment where this clicked for me. When I sign up for something, the only thing that impedes me for signing up for anything is when it's unclear. And when people are honest and tell the truth, are things clear? Yes. And so guys, when you're honest, what you're actually doing is giving people the ability to make the decision to buy from you. When you're not being honest, it's really hard for them to make that decision. So, in learning from John today, I want to double and triple down the intention of this conference. The goal is, okay, this playbook that we went through with me, guess what? There's a 92-tab actual playbook that's way more in-depth with that we already went over with the leaders, that we're going to teach them how to use and teach them how to help you guys use. Okay, after that, we're going to help you guys produce way more revenue and service way more of your revenue. So at this point in the process, what's the only way that we could fuck that up? Selling dishonestly. And so if we sell honestly, we're going to sell more core customers. We're going to service more revenue. And we're going to rev max. And so what we want is the only thing impeding you guys is you. The only thing impeding your production is you. The only thing impeding your commissions is you. So let's turn up. Let's give it up for JT.
Everybody up, everybody up, everybody up. Let's go. All right, everybody stay up. other two are gonna follow what they do. Go! Big music! Come on! I need to see some dance moves! Now switch partner! Now switch partner! Someone else go! Someone else is the leader! Now switch one more time! One more time! Go! Alright, one more banger! One more banger! There we go! Everybody up, let's go! Hey! 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 Now that you're in your chairs, quick high fives. Quick high fives. How we feeling? So, the RevOps team, that was electric. I think I need to get some cash. That was fun, huh? I got one lonely $100, so we'll see. We'll see. Hey, everyone lock in with me for 30 to 45 minutes. Can we do that, yes or yes? Okay. You guys have to understand, how would you feel if you were me and you were partners with people like Hammy? People like Sam Harmer, people like Chase Knighton. Is that not so amazing? Let's give it up for these guys one more time. Who here thinks this place and the aesthetic is absolutely insane? I want to give it up to the Warhorse. Where is he? Right here. The entire creative team makes it all. But in order for this all to come together, you got to have a QB. Who is QB? It's not JT. Her name is Ivy Hyde. Stand up, Ivy. MVP! 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 Absolutely electric, Ivy. You never cease to amaze. You've done an amazing job this weekend. One more round of applause. Is Ivy alone in this endeavor? Absolutely not. Look at the entire corporate team back there. How about all the girls, all the people that helped this morning? Let's give them a big round of applause. Corporate. How sick was the gear this morning? Unlike you guys, I'm showing up. I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were doing gear. This is kind of fun. Guys, this has been amazing. Super excited to speak with you guys. Super excited to spend time. My section, my portion is going to be super interactive together, and it's going to be super introspective. And so I need everyone to lock in. Yes or yes? Yes. Sit up straight. I need everyone to have something to write with, and everyone to lock in. First and foremost, we're going to have a problem with the clicker, but here we go. Shout out clicker, make some noise for this clicker. Turns out an all cement building isn't super conducive for a great, clicker.
You guys, before I get in, sorry. 2026 is going to be the year of retention. 2025 was our best year ever, and so many individuals had their best year ever. 2026 will be the same because 2026 is the year that we have massive value and we create real value because we have incredible retention. Before we do, how good was this graphic? Raise your hand, make some noise if you were at my training yesterday. Was that helpful? So, when Ben showed me this, what did I say? This is exactly how I do it. This is how I sold. I just never had someone map it out for me. And that is Ben as a partner. Ben has the ability to see around the corner, whether it was standardizing pay, whether it was profit sharing. And he's got this incredible ability to see where the company needs to go and what are the tools and resources that are going to help us get there. And so, this is now another iteration of Ben's genius and the collective input of so many people. But ultimately, Ben drove this. Who here is fired up on this and this will help them sell more? And I want to emphasize this. Why are you fired up to sell more? Make more money and become a better human. In order to give, you have to have. And it's not just money. The reason why I can get on this stage and be impactful is because I have gone and gotten knowledge and experience. In order to give, you have to have. In order to have, you have to go get. That's what you guys are doing this summer. You're going to go get it. Make some noise for going and getting it. How about the Niners, Ryan Jenkins? Drew Wood? So, clicker malfunction. Who is the opposite? If we talk about a dialed organization, who is the opposite in the NFL? They can't even get a clear logo on Google. It's fuzzy. In all seriousness, and you're going to hear me talk about this, how you do anything is how you do everything. There's standards of excellence. The Jets have the opposite. I've had two good friends go play at the Jets. Bronson Kafusi was one of them. It's, forgive me, shit in, shit out. You look at Zach Wilson. When he went there, was that a good outcome? Sam Darnold, he played for the Jets, right? Was that a good outcome? Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks. Same player, same talent, different system, different result, correct? Raise your hand if you are a switch over from another company. Hell yeah! Welcome to Alabama. Let's go. Roll Tide. All right. So, in 2020, in our very first senior partners meeting, stand up if you were in that meeting. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? We want to be Bama. Are we Bama? I think so. Thank you. Please take a seat and give it up for the OGs. What fires me up about Alabama, yes, they won a lot of championships. And Nick Saban has been this amazing coach. How much impact has Nick Saban had on the NFL? On individual humans? On tens of thousands of families? That's our goal. That's what we're doing at Grit. We're changing lives through not football, but door-to-door sales. The goal is not to be an amazing pest control or door-to-door company. The goal is to change lives. Does that make sense? Sure. Give it up for that. Let's go. So I want right now everyone to look at their journal, and I want them to write down their retention from last year. Your retention, or the inverse of your attrition. If it was 15%, your retention was 85. And I want you to ask this question, and I want you to write this question down. I want you to put it in your journal. What does your retention last summer say about you? And there's a disclaimer here as we're talking about all this. Is anything in life black and white? Very little things are black and white. Am I kind or am I a jerk? I'm both. I hope that I'm more kind than I am a jerk. But I have moments where I'm not as kind as I should be. Am I bad or good? I'm both. I have moments where I'm incredible and fantastic, and I have moments where I'm weak. And so life is not linear. You're not either or, you're and. And so the call out here is, listen, if you had bad attrition last year, bad retention, it doesn't make you a bad human. What it does mean is you can be better. And if you had great attrition last year, that doesn't mean you're a great human. And it also means you can be better. So life is about learning. Life is about growing. There's also a disclaimer of how you sell the account. Is that the only indicator of attrition? No. What's the only indicator you can control? How you sell the account. So we're not going to talk about things that you can't control. We work with amazing operators. We have an amazing RevOps team. We're going to do absolutely everything to maximize it on the back end and on the front end. But at the end of the day, it's you on a door selling an account, correct? How you sell that account really matters. So again, answer the question, what does your retention say about you? And what do you want it to say about you? I want everyone to engage. No one be too cool. I promise, as you write, as you engage, you'll learn more. And if you learn, you'll grow. And if you grow, you can give. And happiness is progress, and progress is happiness. So, these 6 companies all went through a form of transaction over the last 18 months. They either sold their company entirely, Aptiv brought on a new private equity partner, Fox sold to Rollins, Sela sold to Rollins, RID sold off some branches to Aptiv, GreenX brought on a private equity partner, and Hawk sold off some branches to Proforce. They had very different multiples. So, some education. Companies are valued based on revenue or future cash flows. What is the probability that I will have future cash flow in this business? That's how companies are revenue. So it's revenue, it's valuated on a multiple of either revenue, top line, or EBITDA, profit. In pest control, a subpar revenue multiple, so let's take $10 million company, is going to be anywhere from 0.8 to 1x. Meaning how much, if it's 1x, how much would I have to pay to buy a $10 million pest control company? 10 million. Other companies on this screen were valued at 3x. So for a $10 million company, I would have to pay, which one would you rather own? Of course, it's way more valuable. And what is the main driver of value in the two? Lifetime value of a customer, which is driven by retention and contract value. Retention is the #1 driver in value.
Wake me up.
Everyone wake up. We with us? Everyone here? Make some noise if you're here. Really quick before I show that, Zach Franklin, what was your biggest earnings year before last year? What'd you make last year? How much? Let's make some noise for that. Zach Franklin, how different did you feel last year seeing your retention report compared to other years?
It's so much fun actually getting paid.
Man, it's fun getting paid. How hard is this job? Hard. It's a hard job. One of the reasons I'm going to go through this, why I had great retention, is because I was money driven. I wasn't trying to do a lot of work and not get paid. Do we want to pay you guys? Yes. Massively. When you have great retention, who's that a win for? Everyone. Spot on. let's look at some examples, and we're going to ask some productive questions to get us thinking about this, and we're going to interact as we do so, okay? So here's 2 reps. Lock in. About 400K. So the call out here is, as you guys know, and as you can see, this is for summer. So a lot of these guys kept selling. They kept earning more and more on the pay scale, and so their commission is higher because of that, or they're a vet versus a rookie. Does that make sense? The only other reason why it would be different is they sold more in years past, and they earned up the pay scale. Okay, this rep over here, 45% attrition. Whoa! This rep over here, 8% attrition. This rep made 100 grand. This rep made 300 grand. So here's the question. You have a pest control business. You own your pest control business. Which rep do you want to sell for your business and why? And I want it to be specific. So turn to the person next to you and explain to them the result of having this rep versus this rep. What will the result for you and your business be? Turn to the person next to you and explain it. Go. Okay? Let's look at another couple examples and ask different questions. 121K, 121K. 43% attrition, 6% attrition. Did these reps work equally hard? Actually, about like equally the same time out there. Same inputs. Very different output. Same inputs. Is it easier to be honest? Is it harder, to be honest? You have to work more. I would argue it's actually way easier. You don't have to keep track of what you said. So when a customer calls you and says, hey, you said this, you can respond, no, I didn't. This is what I said. I'm sorry you understood it that way. Who here has ever had a pit in their stomach when a customer calls them? Why is that? Maybe it's because you walked off the doorstep and what Z Frank talked about, you were like, right? They asked about a contract and I was like, 16 grand versus 63. So I want you to now discuss this question with your partner. You go to start a business after all of this. Which rep do you want to be partners with and why? Go ahead and discuss as a partner. And what is the result of you partnering with this person? What could be the result? Okay. Let's look at a few more. 337K, 339K, 100 grand, 300 grand. Are we recognizing patterns? 45% attrition. Sorry, 46, 7. So let me guys ask you this question. I'm going to make it a little personal. I want you guys to think about your mom. And she's having this experience with your company. Which rep do you want her to have that experience with and why? Go ahead and discuss. Okay. So raise your hand if you knocked in Salt Lake City last year. Okay. So this was my experience. I have people text me a picture of our rep that knocked their door. And these are people that I know. And they send me a picture of Kevin Glenn. Kevin, what was your attrition last year? 5%. And I have Hudson Ashcraft knock Casey Ball's door, our partner. What was Hudson's attrition last year? 5%, 7%. How do you think I felt learning Kevin or Hudson knock people that I know's door? How did I feel? I felt amazing, super confident. How would I feel if it was the opposite? Raise your hand if you're knocking in Salt Lake this year. Okay, so many of us knock your neck of the woods and your parents. Raise your hand if someone has sold your parents. Parker, who sold your parents? How does that reflect on you?
You know, I think that in a lot of ways, it's hard to not root for the right?
Of course.
Says things like, I hope you're keeping your rep here.
Of course. Guys, you represent yourself, you represent your team, you represent your company, you represent me, you represent my family, you represent Ben, you represent each other. This stuff matters, and how you do anything is how you do everything. Last example and last question. We got 43% versus 3, selling the exact same. By the way, who sold to service ratio was probably way better. So this rep actually probably sold way more than this rep. This is just what got serviced. So they're actually doing way more work to make, almost 3 times less. Now I want you to raise your hand if you have a daughter. Okay, Sam Cosette. Which rep do you want to marry Cosette and why? Why? Why does that matter in marriage? So I'm not saying if you do this, you're going to cheat on your spouse. But it is way more likely. Like, it just is. Because you learn patterns. And so guys, yes, we want you to make a ton of money. We want you to live a really big life. This isn't just sales. These are lessons and habits and patterns that you'll take with you your whole life. And so if you haven't been the best possible, and none of us have, everyone right now, close their eyes, and I want you to think about when you let yourself down, when you did something sketchy, or stupid, or dishonest. And I want you to breathe all the way in. And I want you to give yourself complete grace and forgive yourself and breathe out. Everyone give yourself a round of applause. How we feeling? Can any one of us control what's happened in the past? Are any one of us perfect? No. So don't beat yourself up if you weren't what you want to be in the past. None of us were. How do we learn from it and be better? Right? Who here is fired up to be better? So let me ask you guys this question, and I want you to write this down. Which kind of rep do you want to be? And why? Why do you want to sell amazing accounts? Take a second and write it down. Mark, we should have cued some music. It's fine. We'll get on the next one. Wrap that up. So if there's anything that you take from me today, I want you to think about this thing in terms of life. Not in terms of door-to-door sales. You aren't door-to-door sales reps. You guys are eternal consciousness. You guys are souls. And you're having a human experience. And this stuff matters. And life is so amazing. In order to give, you have to have. In order to have, you have to go get. We want you guys to get massively. Retention isn't just a metric. And business and your organization, it's a reflection of who you are. It's a mirror. It reflects your integrity, your intent. If your intent is to go make as much money as possible and you're so driven by that, you may think that you need to do sketchy stuff. That's just not true. And that's not the right motivator. Again, my experience are the reps who sell the very most and for sure make the most are the reps that they actually are the most honest. And I'll show some examples. And the way you treat people when no one is watching. So here are some productive questions. Let's cue some music. I want you guys to write this down. If I went into a neighborhood party of a hood I knocked last summer, how confident would I be? So I want you to think about a neighborhood that you knocked, and they're having a neighborhood barbecue party. And you were there for a long time. They recognize you. They know you. How confident are you seeing those people that you sold or you interacted with last summer? Mark, let's get some music. Next question, Mark, will you click back on the slideshow? It's not working. Because I think you clicked off. I want you to answer this question. If I sat next to a customer on a plane, would I want them to recognize me? Would I be excited? Would I be a bit embarrassed? Answer that question. Write it down. How would I feel if my spouse or kids or my parents were sent a recording of me from this last summer? How would I feel if I was being recorded and that was sent out to my family? Am I fully confident? Am I excited? All right, Mark. Kill the music. Who here is excited to sell great accounts this year? Who here wants to feel amazing when they think about these questions? Guys, there's a real cost. Mark, will you click back on it? To selling bad accounts. First and foremost, you're constantly worried and stressed. Who here has felt this before? You sold an account and you're like, that probably wasn't super clean, but you're still working the neighborhood. And you see that person driving. How do you feel? You feel stressed, right? Like Ben talked about, people want to understand what they're signing up for. And so they want you to be clear. Someone asks you if there's a contract. How do you answer? Yes. It's a short 18-year agreement. I'm just kidding, it's just 18 months. After that, it's service to service. Hopefully you stay with us for a long time. We do an awesome job. And I move on. Is that a good response to that question? Yes. Do they understand how long they are? Cool. Is there a cancellation fee? How do you respond? Absolutely. We just put a lien on your house. No, I'm just kidding. You just have to pay us back the discount. It's $279. It's $100 or whatever it is. It's a $279 cancellation fee. So yeah, don't cancel. Be with us for at least 18 months. Hopefully you're with us for a really long time. We do an awesome job. And then, like I said, did you guys want the back deck treated when we come around? Like, do you want to send the technician? He's going to be here at 3 o'clock. Are you going to be here to help him go around back? Does that sound good? I'm not saying you sit on things. It still sells. You're taking them through a process A to Z. Can you be really great at sales and be completely honest? Yes, I was. I was really good at sales, and I tried and strived to be totally clear, just like so many of you guys in this room. What's the number one key to success in this job? Confidence. How confident are you when you're lying? You're not. Why do you think Seeger sells so much? He's hella confident. He believes in what we're doing, and he does it the right way. What about Brock Grieve? Same. You lose commissions where the earnings different when people sold good accounts versus bad accounts. Drastically, right? What about to the company brand? When they go on and they feel like they get screwed, do they go write a review on Cena? They come and find your Facebook? Are they going to post on your wall? No, what are they doing? Posting on your Facebook wall. That dated me. Right? That put me back. No one's doing Facebook walls anymore. Good hell. My bad. Instagram, whatever. Where are they putting it? On the Google sheet. On the Google page for Mira Cleveland, right? Is that damaging to a company brand? It's one of the biggest risks with door-to-door. Massive benefits to door-to-door. Massive. You can put on a ton of revenue in a short amount of time in very specific, tight-knit areas. One of the downside and risk is bad reviews. Now, inevitably, you're going to get bad reviews by knocking on someone's house and waking up their kid. Is that your fault? No. But if you're a douchebag, if you're rude, is that your fault? Yes. Completely. We have to be kind. Being rude is not cool. Let me reiterate that. These stupid ass videos I see on Instagram of sales rep being rude, we will fire you. It's not cool to be rude. Yes or yes, is that clear? When someone comes out and is pissed off and they're insisting that you get the hell off the property, what should you do? What if they're rude to you? Hey, sir, I'm so apologize. I am so sorry. I did not mean to upset you. I know, I'm sorry. Have a good day. Have a good day. Is that make you small? No. It's the opposite. When you have to pump up your ego and you got to prove that you're going to be hard, you're small. It's not cool. So de-escalate. Don't be rude. If they say no, actually no. I've never understood why people, if they are told no, they go back. Like, I never did that, and I sold lots of accounts. Don't be stupid. Don't waste time with people that aren't interested, actually not interested. That's okay. You don't have to sell everyone to sell a lot of accounts. Does that make sense? Guys, we have the opportunity to own Mira Home, all of us together, and as you earn step and participate, you get to participate in that. The brand really matters. Who's fired up on Mira? And who here loves Axiom Pest Control? Romax Pest Control. Guys, we work with amazing operating partners. One of the ways that we destroy value for every single person in here is by creating bad reviews when we're rude or dishonest. So let's not be those two things. Are we fully committed to being kind and honest? When they go and we service and we sell bad accounts and they get serviced 1 or 2 times and they cancel, who makes money? No one. Who loses money? The rep. How much money are you losing as a rep? Nothing. You're just not making money. The company is actually negative because they have to go service that account. They have to go call and answer and take time to try to save that account. If they save it, they have to pay on it. Does that make sense? Guys, there's real cost to when you sell bad or not clear accounts. Trust erosion. So this is in business, this is in marriage, this is in relationships. I want you guys to think of a bucket of water. How hard is it to build trust? It takes time. I genuinely and naturally trust people. I think people are good until proven otherwise. And so I start with quite a bit of water in most relationships in the bucket. How quick is it to lose trust? How hard is it to go build trust back up? It's really hard. Now, who here has done something stupid? So again, it's all of us. But let's be conscious of trust with each other, with our managers, with the companies. And more important than any of us, yes, lost commissions, yes, everything. Way more important is how and who you guys are becoming. How you show up as a wife. How you show up as a mom. How you show up as a husband, as a father. That's the good stuff. And that really matters. And if I learn how to be honest and I learn how to do business the right way, I'm probably going to do that with my spouse. If I learn how to tell half-truths and I get used to being deceitful, what am I probably going to do with my spouse? I've seen it. I've seen it. Now, is that why all marriages fail? For sure not. It takes 2 to tango, and marriage is hard. It's a lot of work. But guys, this stuff matters. So, this is a quote from my dad, who's our external legal counsel. We've done tons of deals at this point. We've bought companies, we've sold companies, and this has been my experience. It's really easy to do a good deal with an honest person. It's just not that hard. You come to terms, it is what it is, you go put it on agreement, it's pretty straightforward. Now, agreements always take time, but it's just not that hard, and there's high level of confidence when you do an agreement with that person that what? You're never going to have to look at the agreement. Because this is good enough. We understood each other. It's impossible to do a good deal with a bad person or a dishonest person. They're just going to figure a way to try to screw you. If you're not nice, I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're Brad Pitt. Don't care if you're wildly successful, you have money, if you're not kind. Am I kind? I want to be. Again, none of this is coming from a holier-than-thou position. I want to be more kind. So it's the striving. If you don't have integrity, I don't care what you have. If we do this whole thing, but we do it the wrong way, we failed. Doesn't matter. We'll have a lot of impact, but you just did it the wrong way. And some people will be like, oh, it ultimately will come up to catch you. I don't know if it will. Don't know if that's the point, though. The point is to not go get wealthy. The point is who you become in that process. And wealth isn't just in terms of money. In fact, Larry Miller, who owns the Jazz, who owns Megaplex, his wife, Gail Miller, said, wealth, Larry would always say this, wealth is what you have if you lost everything. And that's the good stuff. This whole grit thing I love. Fired up on it. Ultimately, I'm a human striving to be better. I have an amazing, passionate marriage. I got healthy kids. And I got a job that's super fulfilling, that allows me to grow and have impact. And I absolutely love who I work with. Make some noise if you're fired up to be here. So let's talk about the book of JT real quick. Everyone has a book. So I want you to insert book of your name. Everyone has a book. This is something that Bob Nilsson, the CEO of GreenX, when we were there, he would always say, everyone has a book, and everyone knows your book. I have a book. I've been writing this story in my career. I started out at Vivid, and as a rookie, I thought it was chill it was just a game. I didn't view it as dishonest. But we learned that if you ran 2 credit checks, we were selling in Mississippi, and they both failed, you could create a address 1 over and run 2 more. Is that honest? No, I didn't view it that way. But that's not honest. So a portion of this too is us educating each other. Hey, I know you think this is a game, but it's not. It's real people, it's real business. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys today. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. I go to Vinks Pest Control, and I'm getting better. But I still kind of view it as a game, and I'm like, yeah, if you just want to, I get paid in January. So if you just want to cancel, I'll just put that in your contract. Did that a few times. Is that casual? No. No, it's not casual. But I didn't view it that way. Do we all view it that way? Do we all understand what it is to be honest and that this stuff actually matters and it's not just a game? Yes? Yes or yes? Hell yes? Okay. And we go through and we go to GreenX. And I start to build my book of business. And I start to build I keep writing my story. To the point where I was doing my own backends. I was doing backends and I was doing my own backends. How much trust did the company have in me at that point? A lot. I was doing my own backends. And we start Grit. I think one of the reasons and one of the things that Ben's talked about and Garth is I know they trust me. I'm just not going to do something knowingly. I'm going to try really hard to be honest. And so that really matters in partnership. And now we've started Mirror. And again, how you do anything is how you do everything. You all have a book that you're writing. This is how I sold. So this was my first 1,000 account summer, 10% attrition. I sold a lot. I did 1,000 again, 10% attrition. And then that was the month of June. Hey, make some noise for the guy. Let's go. Well, you might say, well, yeah, dude, it was 5 years ago. It's easy to have great attrition then. It's easy to sell a lot back then and have great attrition. Sweet, let's look at Seeger. This is Seeger's personal earnings through the summer. Again, just through the summer. Made $600,000 because he sold almost $1 million and had 13% attrition. Give him a round of applause. Rock at a different company, $800K in the summer, 12% attrition, and made almost $500,000. Let's give Brock a round of applause. Those were our top 2 reps. Well, what about somebody that switched over? Well, let's look at Kyle Ring. 7% attrition in the summer, made $330,000, ended up making a lot more because he's a dog, and they kept knocking. Let's make some noise for Kyle Ring. But yeah, dude, Mira and Axiom, they have great attrition. Sweet. Let's look at Jacob Griffith, who was at Mira. Whoops. 12% attrition, $300,000. Sweet. Let's look at Devin Ricks. 9% attrition at Romex, $265,000. Sweet. Let's look at Fox Pest Control. Ty Say, 10% attrition, over $300,000 during the summer. And sweet, let's look at our guy Kay Glenn. 5% attrition, $200,000 in the summer. Give these guys a round of applause. Our identity really matters. So today, I want everyone to decide that they are an honest human. So I want everyone to stand up and I want everyone to repeat after me. I am honest. I am honest. I am honest. I am honest. I I do business the right way. 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 I don't cut corners. I don't cut corners. I am transparent. I am transparent. I don't tell half truths. I don't tell half truths. I do not deceive. I do not deceive. I am honest. I am honest. I am honest. Let's make some noise for the year of retention. Let's go. Okay. Originally, that's where I was going to close, but I have some thoughts, so everyone sit back down, please. Sorry, Mark, you got to click back. Guys, we're going to have the year of retention, which means we are going to have our best year ever, and you are going to have your best ever. Let's make some noise for that. All right. Can I share some thoughts now, Jim? Is that okay? So there's two things that are weighing heavy on me. So this is my guy, Doug Cartwright. Does anyone know Doug Cartwright? So Doug owns Alchemy Cells. This is us in Finland. This last January. And it was about that time that Doug started going through it. He thought he overdosed on peptides. He thought he got like a bad dose. And in Finland, we get out there and he has to leave. We went to 20 different saunas. And he has to leave because he's like freaking out. He's having a panic attack. He comes home and finds out he's got black mold at his house. Where's my guy, Drew Hansen? How about that mold, huh? Drew bought our guy Josh Nilsson's house. Turns out it had some mold stuff. You hate to hear it. So, Doug starts going through this. He's got black mold, what he thinks is the worst thing ever. He has to throw away all his stuff, everything. He comes in, Jalen hooks him up with a fat backpack of grit stuff because he has to throw away all his clothes. But he's at his mom's house and he's not feeling any better. And his brain is hurting him. And he thinks that he has mold in his brain. So he goes and he does this detox. And this is a man who's done ayahuasca. He's done just about everything. The toad venom stuff. I mean, he's gone some places. So, Doug does that 2 days ago. And he pukes up all this stuff. He's like, okay, I did it. Feels horrible yesterday. Goes to the hospital. Wake up to a text this morning. Doug has a brain tumor. If he hadn't gotten black mold, they probably wouldn't have found it. He gets surgery tomorrow. I want to talk about my guy, KG. Make some noise if you love this man. So I was originally going to share this story anonymously because it's just been on my mind. It's been on my heart. But I asked KG this morning, I'm like, hey, are you okay if I share this story anonymously? And he's like, you can just say it as it is. This is my life. So December 8th, the week of December 11th, Kevin goes to Disneyland with his sweet, beautiful wife, Nicole, and their kid, not Scout. Her name is, say again. Aaliyah. I want to say Alistair. Like, I can't remember Aaliyah's name for the life of me. Hung out with her, she's amazing. I always think her name's Scout. It's not Scout. Aaliyah and Mikal. Mikal is an amazing human. Kevin's an amazing human. Kevin has a really, really deep, amazing relationship with his dad. Kevin has all sisters, 5 sisters, 4 sisters, And him and his dad, they love two things a lot. They love BYU, and they love KU. They love a lot of things, and they love the Chiefs. Kev's from Kansas City. So Kevin goes to Disneyland, and we do sub for Santa. And of course, because it's who Kevin is, he comes to us and he says, hey, I have this family in my parents' neighborhood back at home who's really struggling. Can we go give them $3,000? If Kevin asks me for anything, what's the answer? Yes, always. Because Kevin doesn't ask for things that don't make sense. So Kevin's fired up, and he reaches out to his dad, and he says, hey, I got this money for this family. And his dad replies, I'm too sick to care. He's been throwing up. And that's on a Wednesday, a Tuesday. On Wednesday they connect, and he's actually finds out that they got the family, and he's so stoked. And Kevin, they have this awesome conversation, and he's fired up. And then on Thursday, Kevin gets a call from his mom. His dad passed away. This is December 11th. And I'm talking to Kevin about this 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, Kev, how you doing? And he goes, honestly, dude, I cried really hard last night for the first time. I left the office. And I went to call my dad. And I couldn't. And I would have, just naturally, I went to call my dad. I would have loved to talk shop about BYU and KU. And it's just been on my mind. First and foremost, Kevin, I love you. So many people in here do. Make some noise for the guy at KT. Today is all that's guaranteed. Today is all that's guaranteed. It's just been an extra call out to me, and I'm sharing it to be an extra call out to you to be present and live your life, and live a really big life. Love deeply. Connect deeply. Be honest. Be kind. Do good. We have an amazing opportunity here to show up for each other and to grow and to give. Kevin is an amazing human. He lives a big life. He loves deeply. He lives by his values. Him and Mikal have an amazing relationships. And he loves BYU Cougars. Go Cougs. And he's fired up about it. Guys, have passions. Be excited. Be excited to go have your best year ever in 2026, to do things the right way, to love deeply, to be kind, to show up for yourself and to show up for those that you love. That is what we want for you. Exactly what I want for myself is what I want for all of you guys, and so does all of your leadership. We want you guys to live an amazing, big, fulfilling, super life and be the best version of you guys. We love you so much.
I'm going to set expectations for the rest of the day. So what it's going to look like, guys, is we're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to be back here at 3:35, and then we're going to do a breakout exercise by your division. So I repeat, by your division. And as you guys go on this break, I just want to double down on something John said. So at this point in the conference, we've covered a ton. Have people learned a lot today? Okay, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, what we want you guys to do, we've been talking about all these things. The things that help people cement things is talking about them themselves. So I sent in Slack, there's no reason to look at it now in the GPS thread. If you're not in the GPS thread, make sure your manager, divisional or regional gets you in there or gets you the prompt. And we're going to go through this prompt that I sent right after this morning, and you guys are going to go through a prompt like that with your guys' divisions. After that, we're going to come back for an individual exercise for a brief amount of time, and then we are likely, depending on time, going to wrap up for the day so we can spend time up at the Mammoth game tonight having an amazing time. Okay, we'll see you guys back here in 10 minutes. Let's break.